like to welcome you to the meeting of the South Brunswick Board of Education and to call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The statement of advance notice. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10-4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law, was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the interest is discussed or acted upon. The primary purpose is for board members to discuss and vote on board business. In accordance with the provision of this act, the board secretary has caused notice of this meeting 48 hours prior, including date, time, and location to be posted on the South Brunswick Public Library and the board office, filed with the township clerk, and communicated with the Home News and Star Ledger. It is also posted on the district website. Roll call, Mr. Pulowski.
Ms. Laura Hernandez.
Here.
Ms. Deepa Karthik. Ms. Alicia Khan. Mr. Raja Krishna.
Yeah.
Mr. Mike Mitchell.
Present.
Mr. Barry Nathanson.
Here.
Mr. Devin Patel. Dr. Smitha Raj.
Here.
Mr. Rajesh Soni. We have quorum.
Can I have approval of the board minutes? Approval of January 7, 2026 board minutes. Mr. Nathanson and Dr. Raj, and then approval of January 22nd board and executive minutes.
So moved.
Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Patel. Motion approved. Now motion to move into executive session. Who is that? Mr. Krishna, and then Mr. Nathanson.
Did I get a motion for the agenda?
Yeah,
Oh, did we just?
I said it. I said it.
Okay. We got motion and second for the agenda.
So-
That was Nathanson and Raj?
Yeah,
All right.
yep,
Got it.
got it?
Yep,
Okay.
thank you.
So now I need a motion to move into executive session.
You already got that.
And I already got that. We're good? We're good to go, Dave? Okay, so be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Township of South Brunswick hereby moves into an executive session in accordance with the Sunshine Law, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, NJSA 10-4-21, for the discussion of personnel matters and an HIB appeals. Be it further resolved that the discussion conducted in executive session can be disclosed to the public at any such time as the matters have been resolved. Formal action may be taken tonight. And we are adjourned to
An event that Student Council and the Senior Class Council hosts annually to showcase the skills and talents of our school. This year's theme is Mr. SPHS Goes to Disney. Our 11 contestants will compete for the title of Mr. SPHS on March 26th at 6 p.m. in the high school auditorium, and we hope to see you there. Along with this, SPHS Has Heart was on February 6th for National Heart Health Awareness Day. SB Earth Club is hosting their annual coffee house on February 26th, and Amnesty Club is hosting an Art for Amnesty event on March 4th. Also, the SPHS Viking chess team competed at the Knight of Columbus tournament, many winning first place, and they're now preparing for the league finals on February 24th. Moving on to athletics. Senior Oliver Chen broke the 100 butterfly school record at the quarterfinals meet on February 5th. Along with this, the Winter Guard won second place at the Allentown High School competition. We're really looking forward to hosting 60 teams at SPHS at their annual competition on February 28th, one of the biggest Winter Guard competitions in our competitive circuit. Boys varsity basketball won second place at the GMC White American Division. The team doubled both their overall and conference wins compared to last season. Also, junior Arjun Jadhav and senior Kevin Bergman were both selected to the White American First Team All Division. That concludes today's updates. Thank you all for listening and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much for that report. Next up, Dr. Bragan.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez. You know, the hardest part about my update is going after the student update. It's so hard to follow such a great report and a great speaker, but I'll do my best. We're really excited about the website update that's coming. We sent out notice this afternoon, or this morning, I believe, and we're gonna bring it up into the 21st century, kind of update our website, make it more mobile-friendly and make it more accessible, student-friendly. So I look forward to that. Fingers crossed there'll be no glitches when it comes up on Friday. If you have any suggestions, any ideas, we put it in the correspondence. Please let us know. And we want to try to keep that as robust as we can and make it an information platform that's beneficial to students, staff, and everyone in our community. The other thing, we have a calendar update. It will be presented for the school board's approval on the March 5th meeting. We're still working out some of the particulars with our groups and making sure we cover all the bases. I will share that with the school board before the meeting to get your thoughts and ideas too on where that lands. Redistricting update, I know that's been a topic of conversation for a long time. We're kind of formalizing and finalizing some of the things now and getting some of the data from the developments and what the expected enrollments will be, you know, in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. We're going to shore that up, and that should be coming shortly in March as well. We have a core group that we meet with, and then we'll bring it to the school board as well. The other thing I want to say, I have 2 congratulations. I know that's why a lot of people are here. One is our National Merit Semifinalist recognition, and tonight, that's a special honor of celebrating and congratulating our National Merit semifinalists. We are proud to recognize not only these outstanding students, but also the families, the teachers, and the mentors who have supported them throughout their journey. Their dedication, perseverance, and commitment to excellence truly represent what is the best of South Brunswick, and we're extremely proud of all of you. And I have another one that's really exciting for me to report from South Brunswick High School again. Our NASA Tech Rise Student Challenge. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but it's a pretty exciting competition. And what happens for the team from South Brunswick students have been named the winner of the 2025-2026 NASA Tech Rise Student Challenge. As one of only 60 winning teams in the United States, our students will have the incredible opportunity to build and launch their proposed experiment, which focused on NDVI mapping through machine learning. I'm not really sure what that is, in the high altitude balloon category. Just an exciting achievement and represents, you know, all the great things that our students do at South Brunswick. So, and we also have information on that on our website, so you can check it out, take a look at it, and I can't wait to get the results when our students participate. Ms. Hernandez, that's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Bragan. Next, I'd like to bring up our high school principal, Mr. Peter Varela, to...
A round of applause, wow. Well, good evening, everyone. Members of the Board of Ed, Dr. Bragan, distinguished guests, families, teachers, and students. Tonight, we're gathered to celebrate excellence. Excellence shaped by talent, strengthened through discipline, and sustained by perseverance and a deep commitment to learning. We honor an extraordinary group of South Brunswick High School students and the educators who walked beside them, reminding us that the greatest achievements are never reached alone, but through the powerful partnership between those who strive and those who inspire. These students are being recognized for their outstanding performance on the PSAT, also known as the National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. And it's one of the most prestigious academic honors a high school student can achieve. Out of more than 1.6 million students nationwide, only the top 16,000 earned the distinction of National Merit semifinalists. I'm proud to share that South Brunswick High School has 12 semifinalists this year. In addition, we will recognize 59 commended students at next month's board meeting. In keeping with a cherished South Brunswick tradition, each student here tonight is selected an educator who has made a meaningful impact on their academic journey. Each student has written a personal message in a book chosen especially for the teacher, which they will present after being introduced. Honorees will also receive certificates of appreciation from Board President Laura Hernandez and the Board of Education. President Hernandez, please join me at the podium. At this time, I ask the students in the first row, please stand and form at the side. Before we begin, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to Ms. Ramona Baker for coordinating the Special Honors Program. Her countless hours of organization and communication made tonight possible. I would also like to thank Ms. Lourdes Amado Luis for her assistance in creating the board certificates. Thank you. As we start our program, I thought I'd share some of the colleges and universities some of our semifinalists have applied for admission. So if we take a look at the screen. And here are a few of the schools that they have been accepted to. All right, our first honoree tonight is Vibikshu Ananthu. He would like to major in biophysics or biochemistry. During his high school years, one of his proudest accomplishments was getting in the top 10 of the HOSA International Leadership Conference. One fun fact many people do not know about him is he can juggle. Presenting The Beautiful and Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald by Kyle Brancato, a member of the high school English department.
Mr. Brancato, looking back at the courses I've taken throughout high school, our 4B English class was definitely one of the most impactful and unforgettable. When people think about great teachers, they often think about someone who knows their topic well, a person who can transform any concept into something digestible to everyone. While you certainly did that, the reason you stood out to me was different. You changed how I felt about learning as a whole. I'll be honest, English was never my favorite subject. I knew it was important, but the tedious literary analysis projects and seminars often made it a chore. But that perspective changed the moment that I walked into your classroom. There, you didn't just assign readings, you built an environment where curiosity was cultivated, mistakes were accepted, and ideas were always worth sharing. In discussions, you gave just the right nudge to get engaging conversations going, whether it was a guiding question or building on a previous statement. It truly felt like you were a part of the class, learning besides us. This, coupled with the freedom we received for projects, revealed to me the deeper connections and more complex thoughts about the literature we read. This inviting atmosphere was present in other aspects of our course too. A moment that stood with me was the skit I performed for my Great Gatsby presentation. Although me and my partner could not keep a straight face during the solemn scene we reenacted, you didn't penalize us. Instead, you encouraged the creative approach we took. Now, even though I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, I can still explain how Jay Gatsby's pink suit symbolizes his artificial confidence 2 years after the reading. Moments like this showed me how your welcoming aura and memorable assignments made learning more than a game of memorization. Despite being an English teacher, the greatest lesson I learned from you was an approach to learning with vulnerability. To be open to changes in opinion and the discomfort of confusion. You showed me that community can turn any subject and topic interesting. Mr. Brancato, you didn't just teach English, you created better students. You made me a more confident thinker, and for that, I'm forever grateful. Sincerely, your favorite Knicks fan, Vibikshu Ananthu.
Our next honoree is Shrikar Bhima Varapu. In the fall, he would like to major in physics. During his high school years, one of his proudest accomplishments at SPHS was completing and presenting a research project that received recognition and awards. One fun fact that many people do not know about him is he prefers his cereal without milk. You hope for a big... Presenting Project Hail Mary by Andy Ware to Ken Sadowski, a member of the high school science department.
Mr. Sadowski, I want to thank you for the role you played in making physics one of the most memorable parts of my high school experience. You cemented my interest in physics, and your class was one of my favorites because of how you made it engaging and understandable. One moment I especially appreciate was when I came to you for help with my science fair project. Even though my explanation of the question was confusing and unhelpful, you listened closely and asked questions that made me understand what the problem actually was and how to fix it. You taught me that sometimes the best way to learn something is to explain it to others, which is an idea that still helps me today. I also vividly remember your demonstrations, like the time you shocked yourself a few times with the Van de Graaff generator. The lesson became impossible to forget, even though it might be better not to repeat that for every topic. I feel like that moment perfectly reflected your hands-on and memorable teaching style. Mr. Sadowski, I want to thank you for your enthusiasm, patience, and willingness to occasionally put yourself at risk in the name of education. Through your teaching, I developed a stronger curiosity about how the world works and a better way of approaching problems. I'm very grateful to have been your student, and I'm sure I'll carry the lessons from your class with me and well beyond college. Sincerely, Shrikar.
Thank you.
Our next honoree is Praneeth Gadella. He would like to major in engineering. During his high school years, one of his proudest accomplishments at SPHS was being a varsity soccer player for 2 years. One fun fact that many people do not know about him is he was born in Texas. Presenting The Keeper by Tim Howard to James Quilter, a member of the middle school math department.
Dear Coach Quilter, Praneeth Gadella, you sang every day as I entered. It made me feel special. It meant more than just a name on a roster or a cleat on the field. It was a small gesture, but it made me feel seen, not just as a center back or a stat, but as a person. You went from a relaxed 8th grade geometry teacher to a demanding soccer coach for the next 4 years to come on the soccer field. Coming from a D1 goalie background, my teammates and I respected all that you had to say. I remember those practices where you would jump in as a defender for the shooting drill, and I've yet to see someone get past you. You didn't just know how to block the net, you saw the whole picture with an understanding of all aspects of the game. On and off the field, we were pushed hard, learned to balance activity and recovery. Your meticulous attention to health and nutrition, paired with your unique advocacy for Pilates, left us in top condition to play day after day. This care, both on and off the field, was another reason for our admiration. My senior year didn't live up to my or your expectations. Sports can be harsh, but you taught me that despite how rough it may have started, staying and persevering can get you places. Even when the final whistle blows, your commitment to us didn't change. You looked out for us at the highs and the lows. And as a testament to this mentality, we were able to make a deep run in the state tournament despite our failure in the GMCs. Thank you, Coach, for seeing the person behind the player and for teaching me to stay upright at the down moments, and above all, for showing that you care. Sincerely, Praneeth Gadella.
Our next honoree is Neha Manisegaran. She would like to major in neuroscience. During her high school years, one of her proudest accomplishments was being accepted into the National Honor Society. Presenting The Temple by H.P. Lovecraft to Dennis Duncan, a member of the high school World Languages Department.
Mr. Duncan, I have nominated you as my National Merit Semifinalist honoree. I've always had fun in your Latin class, and I enjoyed learning new things about language and Roman history. Thank you for being a constant presence in my school life. I'm grateful to have had you as my teacher for 6 years continuously. I hope you are able to continue teaching what you are passionate about. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Aria Menon. She would like to major in computer science. During our high school years, one of her proudest moments was being the vice president of competition of this year's DECA board. One fun fact that many people do not know about her is that she has traveled to over 25 states. Presenting Snoopy Cowabunga by Schultz to Teresa Wells, a retired teacher from Indian Fields who could not make it tonight, but you could read what you would like to say to her.
Dear Mrs. Wells, when I think about first grade, your classroom is the first thing that comes to mind. At that age, I didn't really understand how much one teacher could matter. I just knew how a classroom could make me feel, and yours felt welcoming and safe in a way that stayed with me longer than I realized at the time. When I walked into your classroom for the first time, everything felt exciting, yet also overwhelming. But you had this way of making the room feel smaller. You made learning feel like something we could practice rather than something we had to get perfect. You taught us how to read and write, how to add numbers, but also that it was okay to ask questions and make mistakes. You made each of us feel like we matter just as much as everyone else. As I've grown older, I've had many teachers and role models. Each one has played a different role in my life, but I'll never forget the impact you made. You helped shape how I approach school and learning to this day, and because of you, learning felt exciting rather than being scary. One of the memories that stayed with me over the years is watching Charlie Brown together in your classroom. At the time, it just seemed like a fun moment, a break from our regular day. But looking back, I realized how meaningful it really was. Charlie Brown isn't the strongest or the most confident character. He's always struggling, but he still shows up anyway. And in your classroom, that message was highlighted every day. You showed us that trying mattered than being perfect. So today, this Charlie Brown book that I'm giving you isn't just about a cartoon we watched in your classroom. It's about the lessons I learned behind it, like perseverance and kindness. But mostly it reminds me of you because those are the values you taught me in your classroom over 10 years ago. From Aria.
Our next honoree is Blossom Patel. She would like to major in molecular biology. During our high school years, one of her proudest accomplishments at SPHS is being co-president of robotics. One fun fact that many people do not know about her is she has been playing the guitar for over 9 years. Presenting Six of Crows by Lee Berdugo to James Nobles, a member of the high school English department.
Dear Mr. Nobles, the first time I read The Flowers in Honors English 1, I thought I understood everything there was to understand about Mayop and her innocence. But the second you fervently analyzed the contrast between the beautiful pink rose and the rotting noose, I realized just how deep a text could get. It didn't even cross my mind that Mayop could have been short for myopia, signifying a nearsightedness that was critical to Mayop's character arc. Through books like Jane Eyre, A Separate Piece, and A Tale of Two Cities, I fell in love with reading again for a different reason. Not only for the exciting plots and stories, but for the greater significance and message that could be revealed through a symbol as a fire in Jane Eyre or a pink shirt in A Separate Piece. My science classes teach me the mechanics of life, but your teaching gives humanity to it, making me genuinely excited to learn just for the sake of learning. No matter how burnt out I become, your energy and passion for your work in class never fails to engage me. This year, reading short stories like The Swimmer and reading my personal choice book, The Picture of Dorian Gray, which has now become one of my favorite novels, helped reignite the passion I felt for reading for my freshman year and inspired me to continue seeing these connections, not just between physical written lines, but in real life too. Thank you for always believing in me, supporting me, and engaging in meaningful conversations, and being patient with me even when things go in one ear and out the other. I chose this book, The Six of Crows, to gift you because it is rich not just in story, but in complexity as well. I hope you enjoyed this book just as much as I've enjoyed our time together in high school. Sincerely, Blossom.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, honey.
Our next honoree is Anya Sridhar. She would like to major in data sciences and machine learning. During her high school years, one of her proudest accomplishments was when the girls' swim team placed second at the 2023 GMCs, and shortly after, she got the top rookie award at the team banquet. One fun fact that many people do not know about her is she likes to watch tennis during her free time, and she follows ATP and WTA tournaments pretty closely. Presenting The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry to Rachel Levinitis, a member of the high school math department.
Miss Lev, I remember the first class of my junior year. Stats at 7 a.m. when everyone was tired and a little gloomy. Your energy and optimism immediately stood out, and it became clear very quickly that it wasn't just first day enthusiasm, but something genuine and lasting. You create a classroom environment that's positive, supportive, and welcoming. I've always felt encouraged to engage, share ideas, and be excited about learning. And that's something I really value, especially during early mornings and challenging material. Thank you for being such an energetic and thoughtful teacher. It made a real difference last year. I'm grateful for the curiosity and confidence you encouraged, and for making learning feel meaningful and enjoyable. Sincerely, Anya Schuyler.
Our next honoree is Ahana Sill. She would like to major in psychology. During her high school years, one of her proudest accomplishments at SPHS was when her AP Environmental Science teacher told that she got the highest grade in the class, as well as the highest grade on the AP exam out of all of her students. One fun fact that many people do not know about her is she loves chocolate chip cookies and enjoys baking them. Presenting The Seed Keeper by Diane Wilson to Susan Goldfarb, a member of the high school science department.
Dear Mrs. Goldfarb, even from a young age, I recognized my love for science, not just as a subject, but as a way of understanding the world around us. I loved asking questions about how and why things worked, and satisfying my curiosity with a Google search that always ended up with a deep dive into some Wikipedia article, which led to more Wikipedia articles. Taking this class reminded me of why I felt that way in the first place. Your obvious passion for environmental science made every topic feel worth caring about, and I found it genuinely interesting and fun to be in your class. I will always remember you as a very kind teacher who didn't just teach us facts, but showed us that science exists beyond the classroom and shapes our world. I found our small trips and experiments outside the classroom to be unique and fun, even if I didn't enjoy how chilly it was sometimes, as it was first vlog. Believe me when I say, I will remember this class fondly. Thank you, Ahana Sill.
All right, our next honoree is Sirvani Sinha. She would like to major in mathematics. During her high school years, one of her proudest accomplishments was becoming president of the Science Olympiad team. One fun fact that many people do not know about her is her favorite color changes on a weekly basis. Interesting.
This week is pink.
Gotcha. Pink is this week, all right. Presenting How Not to Be Wrong, The Power of Mathematical Thinking by Jordan Ellenberg to Matt Miller, a member of the high school math department.
Thank you, Mr. Varela, and thank you to the board for giving us this opportunity to thank our teachers. I'd also like to thank everyone in the audience for being in attendance for this event. Dear Mr. Miller, in the 3 years that I've known you, I have found your classes to be as much a lesson in the art of thinking as in the numbers themselves. I've learned to be persistent, curious, and comfortable with uncertainty. When I walked into your class as a sophomore, I didn't realize how much of that mindset would stem from what was never stated outright. Rather, it came from knowledge tucked away in jokes, crossword puzzles, and conversations that transcended the textbook content. One of the many important things you've taught me is that confidence isn't something you wait around to feel. Instead, it's something you earn by showing up, trying, failing, trying again, and then finally producing results. You never announced this as a philosophy, but it came through quietly in the way you put a challenging problem on the board and nudged us to find our way through the solution before stepping in to help. You encouraged us to write down half-formed ideas, filling the whiteboard edge to edge, even when we weren't sure the solution was right. In doing so, you showed me two things. First, that if you always wait around until you're ready, you may never actually start. And second, that confidence is gained from accumulated evidence of action. I chose this book, How Not to Be Wrong, The Power of Mathematical Thinking, because I feel it's an extension of your classroom. Thoughtful, grounded in logic, and built on the belief that mathematical thinking isn't limited to equations on a page. Instead, it's a way to understand everything, from news stories to demographics to even pizza toppings. This book treats math with seriousness and playfulness, which is the exact blend I feel you bring to your classes. Mr. Miller, thank you for your guidance in shaping how I approach math problems, build confidence, and even think about non-math related subjects. You've had a greater impact on me than you probably realize, and I'm incredibly grateful to have been your student. Sincerely, Sirvani.
Our next honoree is Manav Swaminathan. He would like to major in biochemistry. During his high school years, one of his proudest accomplishments was getting eighth place at HOSA Internationals for parliamentary procedure. One fun fact that many people do not know about him is he is a twin. Presenting American Prometheus by J. Robert Oppenheimer to Dr. Roberto DeBarry, a member of the high school science department.
One sec. Dr. DeBerry, I remember the first day I walked into room 313. I was a sophomore. AP Chemistry was the first AP class I was taking, and the first time I was taking chemistry since the summer course before my freshman year. On top of that, I had just learned that I was the only sophomore in that class, and I didn't know anyone else there. Needless to say, I was scared and mentally preparing for a tough year. What I didn't expect was how quickly that changed. Over the course of that year, your class became one of the places that I felt the most comfortable. Even though I walked in knowing nobody, the openness and lightheartedness of your class gave me a chance to let go of the pressure, make friends, and actually enjoy learning. A big part of that was the energy you brought to every lecture. You always had a demonstration that could make a concept click, and the constant bantering with the class and Ms. Stud made even the hardest topics feel less intimidating. You managed to keep things clear and engaging at the same time, and your feedback on everything from lab presentations to worksheets made it clear that you were actually invested in making sure we had a clear understanding of what we were learning. And then there were the acronyms. To this day, I can't get Leinach-Kasserbach and Brinkelhoff out of my head, and still, every time I hear PBS, the first thing that comes to mind is that it's so for kids. I don't think I fully appreciated at the time how much thought went into making chemistry that learnable, but looking back, it's hard to imagine getting through the year without them. In my experience, it's not often that a class leaves you with both a solid understanding of thermodynamics and a collection of inside jokes, but somehow your class managed to do both. And of course, one unforgettable part of my time in your AP Chemistry class was that year was the great Oppenheimer betrayal of 2023, when Ms. Stud went and watched Oppenheimer without you, and you were left having not seen the movie. While forgiveness may still be a work in progress, I hope American Prometheus can at least let you experience the story that you were so unjustly denied. Dr. DeBerry, you made chemistry in high school better than I could have ever imagined. Thank you for everything, Manav.
Our next honoree is Aduthi Upalapalli. She would like to major in computer science and philosophy. During our high school years, one of her proudest accomplishments was winning the mock trial championship for the first time in South Brunswick's history. One fun fact many people do not know about her, she really loves musical theater, and her favorite show is Hamilton. Presenting A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith to Marissa Carlisi, a member of the high school social studies department.
May it please the court, Your Honor, opposing counsel, and Mrs. Carlisi. I've uttered those words more times than I can count over the past 4 years, whether I was whispering to myself in a classroom or looking a judge directly in the eyes at the courthouse. Mrs. Carlisi, no amount of evidence could fully prove how you've shaped me, but I'll still try to make my case. You've helped me grow as a lawyer, heavy on the quotations, and as a leader. Ironically, standing up every week in mock trial, pretending to be someone I'm not, a lawyer, has helped me find who I am. Someone who's learned a large part of who I am through you, who always speaks up for what they believe in. You taught me that in freshman year in court precedents, but you continued to teach me every time I faced a setback, whether I was laughed at by a judge because of my really long name, or because of inter-team issues. You were there with a hug first and a reminder to speak and to shout and stand up for myself, something that I'll keep doing in and out of court. But more importantly, you've helped me grow as a human. One of the most important lessons that you've taught me is how important it is to cry. You've seen me cry at my best and my worst moments, and you were always there for me every time, always smiling. Your strength and support in times of stress have always reminded me to embrace my emotions. You've been my teacher, my advisor, and my mentor in everything from law and politics to pop culture and fashion. Who could forget your Gracie Abrams haircut? And my mentor in life. Above all, you've been my friend. If I had to deliver a verdict on my 4 years of high school, I'd rule that I found my voice, and I have you to thank because of it. Sincerely, Aditi.
Our final honoree tonight is Harish Vijay Uragovan. He would like to major in computer science and mathematics. During his high school years, one of his proudest accomplishments was self-studying for the AP Calc BC exam to get into multivariable calculus and linear algebra. One fun fact that many people do not know about him is he can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 20 seconds. Presenting the music lesson by Victor L. Wooten to Jennifer Sharp, a member of the Brunswick Acres teaching staff.
Dear Mrs. Sharp, wrist down, you would yell at the start of our lessons, and I'd quickly correct it. At the next lesson, however, my pesky high wrist would return. I'm happy to tell you that since then, I've learned correct wrist posture, but I've also gotten much farther than that. You were able to ignite a passion for music in me that still shines strong 8 years later, and I'm incredibly thankful. I remember when I first started learning the viola in 3rd grade in your before-school program. Each of those mornings, I would just be stringing along, plucking my pentascales with the rest of the class without real motivation. When I asked you at the end of the year about switching to the violin, you were reluctant to advise it, but ended up agreeing to facilitate it, which I really appreciate. The lessons you gave me over that summer ended up being the best thing that could have happened for my musical journey. Advancing farther than pentascales and hot cross buns allowed me to see the beauty that actually lies in music, and I was able to have a large head start in terms of playing skill when the next school year started, an advantage that has continued to have its effects. Over the last 8 years, I've continued to improve my musicianship, learning advanced techniques and repertoire, but I also realized the importance of fundamentals and that a solid foundation is always the key to success. For that, I have only you to thank. My passion for the violin has only gotten stronger since you taught me, and I'm glad to have had the great start to my journey that you have provided. I'm sure that you will continue to inspire many more young music students for years to come. Thank you so much, Harish.
As we conclude this evening, I want to thank each of our National Merit semifinalists for selecting just the right books for your teachers and for taking the time to thoughtfully document the impact these educators have had on your academic journeys. Your words are a powerful reminder of how deeply teaching matters. To our teachers, thank you for the difference you make every day. Your guidance, encouragement, and belief in your students help turn potential into achievement. I would also like to take a moment to honor our students' parents. Your unwavering support, sacrifice, and partnership play a vital role in every success we celebrate tonight. I ask that you please stand as I share a slide recognizing all of you. Let's recognize our parents. Thank you. As I conclude my remarks and turn the microphone back over to Board President Hernandez, please join me in one more final round of applause for our exceptional student scholars and our dedicated teacher honorees.
Well, congratulations to all. For those kids out there, you are going places. You are going really far. For the educators out there, I know tonight you are saying to yourself, this is why I do what I do. I know that. And one fun fact about me, I went through all South Brunswick schools with Mr. Noble's father. So congratulations to all out there. We have a fun-filled night here with audits coming up. So with that being said, you are more than welcome to stay, but you are more than welcome to go. We will take a 2-minute break. Yep. Me and Dougie in this auditorium in middle school. Okay, so we're gonna bring it back now, and next up is our financial audit review. Mr. Paul Frieda, come on up.
I guess audit's the magic word to clear a room. Good evening. My name is Paul Frieda. I'm an audit manager with Suppley, Clooney and Company. We recently completed your June 30th, 2025 audit, and we've issued 2 separate reports that we filed with the State Department of Education. The first one I'd like to discuss is the Auditor's Management Report. It's the smaller of the 2 documents. This is required by the Department of Ed, and it outlines the different areas of compliance that we're required to test. It gets expanded every year as the state comes out with different rules. They added lead testing a few years ago. But the main parts are for, over payroll, purchasing, food service, student activities, your ASSA report. If there were any audit recommendations, they would be in this report. And I'm happy to inform the board that, again, there are no recommendations in this year's audit. The second report is your ACFRA, which contains the district's financial statements and our opinion on those statements. You received an unmodified opinion, which means that your financial statements are presented fairly in accordance with GAAP, which is generally accepted accounting principles. Basically, it's the highest opinion that you can receive. It just means that your records support the financial statements, and again, it's called a clean opinion as well. There's a lot of financial data in the report. There's fund statements, consolidated statements, statements based on GAAP and budgetary basis. We always kind of push it towards the C1 schedule, which is just after the notes in the report. And it probably will look familiar to you because it mimics the budget that you adopted, and it shows budgeted revenues and expenditures versus the actual results. So it kind of acts like a profit and loss statement. So for the 2025 year, you started with a fund balance of $15,956,000. That was reduced through operations during the course of the year, and he ended the year with $14,336,000. So it was a reduction of about $1.6 million, okay? Of the $14 million, a lot of that money is already spoken for. You have reserves for capital and maintenance, and those accounted for $4,756,000. And you use $4,754,000 to balance your 25-26 budget. So that was used as tax relief in the current year. That leaves you with two pieces, something they call excess surplus, which is $1,348,000. So that's the baseline that you need to start your 26-27 budgeting with. You have to give that back next year as part of your budget. And again, you used $4,754,000 this past year, so you will probably, well, you definitely will be using that. In addition, you have your 2% that you're allowed to maintain, which is $3,236,000. So between the 2% that you're allowed to keep in your excess surplus, that's still below the amount that you used in this year's budget. So things are tight, so I'm not sure what your operation is going to look like for the current year, but hopefully by June 30th, you have some more surplus generated. Does anybody have any questions about either of the two reports? As you know, state aid's been reduced the last few years, and that's, between that and having the 2%, minimum that you're allowed, or maximum that you're allowed to keep in surplus. Over the years, everything's, your surplus has been dwindling because of that.
We've talked a lot about this in finance and budget committees with regards to the well kind of being dry. And the board should be aware of that this year's budget, as with last year's budget, we're looking to have some funds left over at the end of the year to continuously feed our fund balance that we use to float our next year's budget.
Good.
Yeah, that's our plan.
Well, yes, sir.
Yeah, just a quick question. While there are no observations, which is great, and everything looks peachy, are there any other observations you had that we can improve upon more? Any areas of opportunities?
I don't have anything off the top of my head. I mean, we did have an exit conference where we discussed, possibly canceling some small balances, things like that. It's normal housekeeping, but for the most part, your finance department and business office runs very well.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I'd just like to thank the board again for the appointment. We appreciate coming here, and Dave and his office for helping us. I mean, we come in for 2 to 3 weeks, and we ask for a lot of information, and everybody has their jobs to do, and they do take the time to provide us with the information that we need to produce the reports for you.
Well, thank you. You brought us good news.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, thank you.
And I always take just a quick minute after Paul's presentation to give a little kudos to the business office in our department. We have a pretty stellar group in there that provides a lot of information, and they do it well. And we keep the books, but they keep the books balanced. Our comptroller, Kim Ahern, an ex-auditor, knows exactly what Paul's looking for, and we use Paul and Suppy Clooney quite a bit when we have questions or we have concerns about things. We enjoy the partnership with these guys. They keep us on the straight and narrow.
That's great. Yeah, I wanted to say congratulations to our business department also, because we didn't get, strikes? Is that what he said? No strikes against us?
No strikes.
No strikes against us. That's good. That's great. And that, we know, comes from a lot of hard work throughout the year to make sure we don't get any strikes.
You got it.
And to be able to produce what he needs is great. So kudos to our business department. Please send our thank you to them. I would appreciate that.
The last meeting I did, I had 3 of them, so
Today
It-
said,
you know.
oops, and straightened it out, so we're
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
No, the last presentation.
The
we
last
did-
presentation, not here.
Not here,
Oh,
at
I'm
another
like, what?
school.
We got you just told. Well, see, so yeah, and last year too, no strikes against us.
All right.
So, great, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks
Thank
to the
you, Paul.
business office, thank you to the business
Yeah.
office, Dave, great job.
Yep.
Keep up the work over there. Our next order of business are board committee and liaison reports. Ms. Karthik, anything for policy?
The policy committee meeting that was to be held on February 5th was cancelled. So we are meeting now on March 5th. No, sorry, not March 5th. We just discussed it. We'll be meeting prior to that online, and Dave will set up that meeting for us for the first read, and that will be sent to the board members for any subsequent questions.
Thank you. Finance? Nothing on finance? Ms. Khan, nothing? Okay. Business operations?
Madam President, I have no report. We did not meet.
Okay. Education? Mr. Nathanson, nothing? Nothing. Okay. Liaison? I have my first liaison. I went last night to the parent group for our special education students. I was so excited to be able to attend and to see what they're doing there. And it is parent-run, parent-driven, and they meet once a month with us. And then it seems like they meet more than once a month on their own also, correct? Dr. Bragan was with me also.
You have some parent-only meetings just for the
Right, just
sake
for-
of their own group.
Exactly. They did have a guest speaker last night, Tracy Gillespie. She is the ombudsman from the New Jersey Department of Education, and she spoke a little bit on IEPs and information that the special ed parents really needed to know. And then after that, Mr. Morales did a really good presentation on some of our policies and initiatives, and opened up for questions. So their next meeting is April 15th. So if you have a student here in our district with special needs, I highly encourage you to tap into this committee and join them on April 15th. So that's mine. Any other liaison? Ms. Khan?
So I actually had the pleasure of attending the Crossroads North musical production of SpongeBob, taking place in this very auditorium. And I just want to say that it was a wonderful production. Kudos to the staff and the cast, the stagehands, and just the whole crew who contributed to the effort. Watching the play made me feel like I had no need or desire to watch the Broadway musical of SpongeBob. The comedy, songs, acting, set design, costumes, they were all outstanding. So congratulations to a job well done.
Awesome, thank you. Mr. Patel?
Madam President, so I had an opportunity to attend a couple of events last month. One was South Brunswick Raids, where President was there and Superintendent was there. But it was fun to read to all those little kids, and so much enthusiasm these kids had. So it was fun night for us. And then second one I attended at the South Brunswick High School play, the Murder at 5. Did wonderful job. All kids did. It doesn't feel like that was the kids that were performing. They were just like adults were doing. But wonderful. Kudos to all the high school production team. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Soni?
As part of the liaison, I attended the Invention Convention events.
Oh, good.
It was spectacular. I would say the participation was amazing, so thank you to all the kids and their parents, and very well organized. I did receive, I had a chance to speak to a lot of parents. I did receive some feedback, but the overarching feedback was to have it more. There was so much enthusiasm. Those little kids were so excited to share about their details. I know we had quite a few judges from our membership members who were participating, but an excellent event, and the rallying cry was do more, especially in those ages where they can actively participate and encourage for their individual skill set.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyone else? So I just want to thank the board for attending these, because I know you're giving up your own time and going and watching, and a lot of our places our own children aren't even attending, and we were there. So thank you for taking your time to do that. we do have holiday concerts, is that what you're doing?
No,
there?
I just wanted to comment on a few of the
Oh,
events.
okay, go ahead.
A couple of them you've mentioned already. I attended those as well. But I want to do a shout out to the athletic department, our Mr. Knapp, who we brought in as our athletic director, and a fine job that he and his coaches are doing. And just how our athletes our student athletes are competing, and they compete well. Also, the multiple holiday concerts I attended in December and last month, particularly January, I made it out to Cambridge and Brunswick Acres, as well as Constable, which is not one of my liaison schools, but I felt the need to go and support them at their last concert. They were the last concert of all the elementary level schools, and I wanted to be a supporter of them. And then also Crossroads South had their play. It's the same weekend. I was only able to attend them because I was away the rest of the weekend. So that Thursday I was able to, that board meeting that was canceled, it was, I still went out and I did something. So it's all about these kids and the staff and the work that they put in. So I really appreciate being able to attend those events, and the fact that we're able to do it. My fellow board members, it means a lot. It really means a lot to them. So I encourage us to continue to do these things because it's a great thing to do.
Agreed. Thank you. Okay. So next up is old business, and we have none at this time. New business, we have none at this time. And now to have the consent agenda review, Mr. Pawlowski.
We have a pretty concise consent agenda this evening. Motions 1 through 1.4 are business operations in the district. We're approving transfers, financials, a bills list, and accepting a donation. 1.5, we're canceling some checks. Motion 1.6, we're revising a non-public resource officer contract for some private schools in the district. 1.7 is a non-public technology orders approval. We're approving some acceptance of funds for Chapter 192, the non-public auxiliary and compensatory education. We have an IDEA basic preschool funding motion in 1.9. 1.10, we're recording the award and rejecting some bids for some transportation. We have an approval of a transportation contract for an out-of-district placement. We also have a DOT testing services contract with PSI, Prevention Specialists. 1.13, I will note the approval of the South Brunswick High School Summer Institute course booklet. We have an amendment to this motion. Just note, when we're voting on this motion, the amendment is that we are going to alter the VEX IQ robotic course. That title is incorrect, and some of the information in that course language is incorrect. So that content has to be updated. So we're approving the Institute course booklet with the understanding that we're updating that specific course to meet the expectations and the expectations of the class, of the course. 1.14, we're approving some out-of-district tuition adjustments, and 1.15, we're approving some displaced student tuition contracts. 1.16, we're approving our pupil tuition costs for South Brunswick Township School District. We also have some professional services in 17 and 18 for students with disabilities. Motion 119 was our travel and related expense reimbursements. And then, of course, we have our student field trips, and we have our HIB motion at the end there. We're approving our HIB bullying reports. Other Aldermen, motion 2 moves our personnel. So if there's any questions on your consent agenda.
Any questions?
So moved.
We have a question.
Just I wanted to understand the process for the non-public SRO officer contract awards. Like, how does that work actually? Because from what I read, I wanted some clarity for myself and also for the public is to understand, because we approved a budget in September last year for the SRO, and then there was a revision, and now there's a figure for an allotment. So are we approving the revised cost or are we approving the allotment?
Which motion are you?
1.6.
1.6. That is an SRO contract for Norrmalm School.
Yeah.
So it's not part of our budget. It's pass-through money that comes from the state and the federal governments that allows those non-public schools to operate their security, in this case, for the school year. So in the beginning of the year, they provide us a number, and that number can be updated if the number changes throughout the year.
And this number is allotted by the Department of Education?
Mm-hmm.
They allot the they allot the
They allot it.
funds. So, and because this is not the only non-public.
It's not our funds. It's a,
No, I know that they are not our funds. The reason I'm asking is because we are approving it.
Yes.
As the Board of Education in this town for a non-public entity.
absolutely.
Yeah, so my only question is that because this is not the only non-public school that we have in our district. We have other schools also that are non-public. So why are those not featured on this particular?
You can see those. There's St. A's.
But that's only for the technology.
Yep, so St. A's decided to not use their funding for security.
Oh, is that so? Okay, that was my question.
Correct.
They decided not to utilize
Yep.
it. All right, okay.
The non-publics can choose where they want to spend those funds.
And they can decide, the non-public, so they can
Absolutely.
decide where they want to allot that.
Correct.
And if they decide to allocate it for whatever reason, then that appears on our agenda, right? Okay.
Correct.
I wanted to make sure that I understand that and also for clarification for general public.
You got it.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
All set. I had a motion from Mr. Nathanson.
Second.
Second for Mr. Mitchell.
Mitchell. Roll call. Ms. Laura Hernandez.
Yes.
Ms. Deepa Karthik. Yes. Ms. Alicia Khan.
Yes.
Mr. Raja Krishna.
Yes.
Mr. Mike Mitchell.
Yes.
Mr. Barry Nathanson.
Yes.
Mr. Devin Patel. Dr. Smitha Raj. Mr. Rajesh Soni.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next up is our public comments on any topic. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters of community interest. Complete copies of Policy 0167, which govern this portion of the meeting, are available to the public at the auditorium entrance, online, or by contacting the board office. To permit the fair and orderly expression of comments, we ask that the participants be recognized by the presiding officer and preface comments by announcing his or her name, place of residence, and group affiliation if appropriate, and by completing the sign-in sheet. Please print legibly, or we will be unable to document your name for the permanent records. Each statement made by the participants shall be limited to 3 minutes. No participant may speak more than once on the same topic. Mr. Pulowski will indicate when you have 15 seconds remaining. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No participant may address or question board members. No discussion between a participant and respondent shall exceed the 3-minute limit with a total time limit of 1 hour. It is our plan to listen to each member of the public. Once all questions and comments from all members of the public are made, the Board of Education may respond or respond via email in the most timely and efficient manner available. All questions and comments made will be noted. Mr. Pulowski, do we have any pre-registration?
We have no pre-registrations.
Okay. Are there anyone in the audience? Okay, no one in the audience. With that, we end that portion of our board meeting. Please note that the next board meeting is scheduled for March 5th. I was going to say March 7th. March 5th, 2026 at 7 o'clock here at Crossroads North in the auditorium. Can I have a motion to end the meeting? Ms. Karthik, second. Dr. Raj, all in favor?
Aye.
Good night, South Brunswick.